Okay. So this array concept we have discussed in our last session. Okay. So did you tried any program on it based on array? Yeah, Naveen. I can't hear you.
Sorry, I tried that finding average score, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
I tried.
That one you tried. And few more assignments was there in that document, like reversing an array using for loop and finding factorial using do while loop. These method programs.
Yeah,
Uh,
that I haven't done yet. Yeah,
okay. Please try that one. Okay. Or
sure.
if you want, I will explain that if you need.
Yeah. So I think just like I want to know the logic, like for factorial, right? So and reverse, like how and when we how to use temp variables
Right.
for that. For that also it is required, right? So I just need just a logic program. I will try from my.
Mm-hmm. So there was a program in that document reversing array using for loop. So what you need to do it for that, right? So let us say there is one array. Uh, okay, I'll just see like this array only. So you can see this array, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this is one array. We need
Yeah.
to get it in a reverse way. So when you get it in a reverse way, it will come as a 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. That is that you need to do it. Okay. So that's what you have to do it like first you have to take this array. Okay, this array numbers array, and you have to create another array. Okay, let us say this is numbers, another array, reverse number. That array you have to create. And in that, first you have to define the length, right? Any array you are creating, you have to define the length of that array. So what will be the length of the new array? It will be the same as the length of this array, old array, right? So you can
Yeah.
mention like this here, whatever it is here, same way you can mention over there. Integer type, let us say new array is the name or reverse array equal to, okay, new integer type, okay, what? This array name, previous array name, numbers dot length. Okay, so what is the use of this length? Length will calculate the size of this array, right? So then
Yeah.
when you define this thing, what it will do, this will create this array, new array with the length of the previous array. So now the new array is created of this length 5. Okay, 5 is the length of this array. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So 5 is the
Yeah.
length of an array. Now you have to put these values of this array to that one. How you will put? So this is index position 0. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3 and 4, right?
Hmm.
So we need to put index position fifth one to the index position 0 of the new array, right? Then only it will be reverse. So it
Yeah.
means you have to do from backside. Then it will come, right? You have to
Yeah.
do from backside. So what you have to do is you have to run a loop. Okay, you have to run a loop. This loop will be like okay, here is there for this loop. I'll do here. For loop. You have to run one for loop. And inside that, let's say I'm creating ijk. Okay. K is creating. It will start from index position 0 only for the this one, original one, this numbers array, and it will go till where? Till the length of that numbers array. Okay, till the length of the numbers array. Till where? Till then, sorry, I became, it should be K, and then it will be K plus plus, right? So because 0, then 1, then 2, like this, we need to move. What we need to do from there? We need to take out that value and put it in, where we will put it? We will put it in here,
New
in
array.
this one. This array we need to put it. Okay. So in that array, new array of j, sorry, new array of k. Okay. New array of k equal to numbers. Numbers is the array name, the previous array. Okay.
Yeah.
Then inside that, I need the length of that array. Okay.
Yeah.
-1. Okay. Minus k. What exactly it is doing is, like, what is the length of the array? 5, right? 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 is
Four.
4. 4 minus k value is 0. 4 minus 0 is 0. So this array, zeroth position, it will reverse. Okay, it will come to this array, zeroth position only. Then next time when it come, the loop, this is 1 k value, and here it will be numbers length minus 1 is this the same on 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay, so then it will come to the third position, then second position, then first position. Like this, it will come. This is the logic you have to apply. Then once this one is come, then you have to reverse it and print it, right? So
Yeah.
reverse and printing what you need, you will add one more loop over here to reverse. Okay, for loop. Okay, there is another way to write the for loop. Okay, that I have not mentioned yet. So this is like, if you want to use the same loop, okay, again, this loop, I
Mm.
want to give it to the specific array. Like this is a new array, is my specific array, right? So this loop is called for each loop. Okay, what is for each loop? Here in for each loop, how you will create for each loop? First is the data type. Okay, then
Mhm.
create the variable name. Let us say the variable name is num I'm created. Data type, variable name, colon. Okay, you have to write colon. Then where you want to take out the values, from where you want to take out. I want to take out the values from this new array. So I will write new array. Okay. So what it will do is, now from here, what it will do is, from one value, it will print, okay, from this array to this variable num. Okay, so next what is our task is, we need to print that one. So system dot out dot print this variable num. That's it. Space I'm giving. Okay.
So
Okay.
no need to give any logic here, right?
No. So this is the logic, this one. So what
Condition.
exactly it does here?
Mm.
This is the main logic. This one, what it exactly do? It gives you the last element first, and then it comes to the backward. So last element first is, this is the last element 50, right? 50 will come here first. Okay. 50 will
Yeah.
come here first to 0th position. Now 50 is there. Then new array. When it comes to new array, the 50, 0th position value is 50. So it will print 50 first. Then it will -1 is there, right? So it will come to the fourth position. Fourth position, it will print 40. Okay. So this way it will print here. Got it? So when you run this program, so run, sorry. Okay, see, it reversed 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Yeah.
Okay, this
Mm.
one, it is reversing the index and it is storing the value here in the new array. Okay, this is the logic. This will reverse and this will store. Okay, that is the logic for reversing array.
Okay.
Similarly, you have their factorial.
Okay.
Do you know the logic of factorial?
Yeah, and like if you give n equal to 5, it will multiply like 5 into
Yes,
4 into
that
3 into 2.
logic also factorial of a number in Java. This is a simple. You know the logic. You just try to execute that. Okay, you just need to take a numerical integer type number
Hmm.
first. Then what you need to do is factorial value. What you have to take. Let us say the factorial value you are taking as one. From one, you need to multiply how many times you want. Let us say I want 5 times. 5 factorial. Then you have to multiply that factorial to the same number. So that logic you have to apply. Okay, that is also you can be used using for loop only.
So
You
every
just try.
time like n minus 1, I have to
Ha
give
ha
that.
ha ha. That will be right. You can try it. Okay.
Yeah,
So
sure.
and few more programs also there in that note, like find the maximum number from which is the maximum number, which is the minimum number from the array. So these are the simple programs that we can check first. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then we'll come to today's topic, that is methods. Okay. So after array, we'll learn about methods, methods in Java. Click static void may retype methods. Sorry. Okay. So first we'll see that what is methods, then how to pass parameters and return values in that methods. Then we'll know about what is static, what is non-static methods, and why methods are required in our framework, basically. Okay, so that these are the things we'll learn. So method is nothing but a piece of code is written inside the method, that is inside the block actually, and that performs a specific task. Like, as you see, we call this one as a main method. Okay. Inside the method, you are writing any logic inside this block, right? So that is itself a method. It is the main method. Why it is main method? Without this method, your Java program will not run only. So that's why this is called main method. Inside this main method, you can create n number of methods, customized methods as per your requirement. Okay. So why method is required? See, here in this array program, I have created multiple for loops for different logics, right? Okay, this one, and this one. And when I'm executing this, it is running the program and it is giving me this result. This is one result for one program. This is another result for another program, right? But let us say there are 1,000 logics are there in one program, but I want to execute only one logic and I need only one output in my program. Not all the logics output I need in my program. That I cannot do it, achieve it by this way. Okay, so for that, what we will do is I will put all these logics in one methods. Which method I want to execute, that method I will call and I will get that output. So it is basically not repeating the code again and again. Okay, so that's why we call that method. That's why we use it is called reusable. And whenever you define any method, let us say it is in the public class. Okay, access specifier is public, like here it is public. Then you can use that method in another class as well. So that is the reusable. You can use the same code in another class. So that's why methods are used. Okay. So methods will have a return type. Also, it have without return type also it is used. Okay. So one is with return type, another one is without return type. Okay. Method can be used in both ways. So I will show you both the that is definition. So first one is method without return type. Okay, what is method without return type? So let us say, okay. So method, how to write a method? As you know that method starting will be an access specifier. Either it is public type, protected type or private type. Okay, so mostly default by default when it comes, it is public type only. So public type, I'll write, then you will give a return type. This is the this is the default return type, okay? Void. So public void will give always we will write like this access specified, then void, that is the return type, then the method name. Okay, then the method name. So method name is anything, add. Let us say method name is add. Then you will give this parenthesis. So you have created a method called add method. Okay. Inside that there will be a block, and inside that block anything you can write. So like I'm creating an integer a, b, c, integer ABC, and A is equal to B plus C. Any logic I am writing over here. And print. For print, I am writing the short code right now. SOP, system.out.println, A value. So this is some logic I have written inside the method. So I've just created one method, and this method is having this logic. So whenever this method is called, add method is called, this logic will be executed. That's what method is all about. Okay. So then method with return type and parameter. What is that? What is method with return type and parameters? So there will be one more return type at the end of the method. Method with return type and parameter. Okay. What is parameter? So, and why parameter is required. So, parameter, okay, see, this program A, B, C, I have not initialized the value of ABC, right? I don't know what is the value of A, what is the value of B, what is the value of C. But here it will be, if I execute this one, it will ask me initialization is not done. Okay, so for that, what do we need to do? We need to initialize this value. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20. Okay. Sorry. C is equal to A value we are calculating, right? So C is equal to 10 and B equal to 20. This way we're initializing, right? So when we initialize the value, okay, initialization of the variable and declaration, and give the value 10 to C and 20 to B, it means the value will not change throughout the program. The value of C is 10 only, the value of B is 20 only. So how I will use the same variable again and again, C and B variable. Again, if I need any addition or somewhere else I need to use this, then I need to create two more new variables. It will again take a memory. Right. So here to use the same variable again and again, we have another thing called parameter. We have to declare a parameter through which you can use the same variable again and again. So how to create a parameter? Okay. How to create a parameter? So I'll create another method, public static. Okay. And here what I said, when it is return type is there, no? Then here you can define the return type. Okay, here I'm not defining. I'm defining void only for now. Then you will get confused. Void, add only. Okay, this is another method called add method. And I want to change this a and b variable multiple times and use it in different methods. Okay, then what I will do is I will take it as a parameter. Parameter in the sense inside the method you have to define these values. Integer type A, comma, integer type B. Okay, then inside the method you will write the logic, that is I have one another integer type C, and C is equal to A plus B. That's it. I'm not declaring the value of A and B over here. I have just initialized the variables A and B. What is the value of A? What is the value of B? I have not given. Whenever I want to use these variables, I will call this method add and I will give the values there itself directly. Then it will take it and it will execute this. And whenever you are using this static, okay, remember static, then here this return type will be the same as the parameter return type. Here the return type will be int, not void. And when you are giving a data type as an return type, it will take a keyword called return. Okay, it will take a keyword called return. What you need to return? I need to return this C value. Okay, because from this, what is the main purpose of this method? This method purpose is to get the addition of A and B and store it in C. So once it is stored in C, I need to get that value. So I'm using return C. So it will return the value of C over here. So this way you can create another method with parameter and return type. The difference between here and here is whenever you are using without parameter, you can use void. With parameter, you need to define the same return type. And if you are defining the same return type, then you have to use return keyword at the end and give a variable what it is going to return. Okay, this is the basic syntax of the method using without return type and with return type. Okay, so next is how to call these methods. So I have already defined these two methods, but I need to call these methods. How I will call these methods? I can call this method using inside this, okay, inside my main method, by I need to call it. I'll show you one example. Okay, let's do the practical example of this one. Okay, I'll create one method here, public void add. Okay, without return, I'm creating first. Okay, this is the method I have created. What it is saying, oh, sorry. Because inside is by default, it will take as a method add public static void methods. Inside that, there is colon. Okay, then I'll create a, okay, then I'll create inside this integer type A, B, and C. Okay, then I'll define B equal to 10 and C equal to 20. Okay, and system dot out dot println add result is and I want result. Okay, so result is plus, okay, plus, what is the result? Result should be under
Yeah.
A, that is B plus C, right? So okay, here I'll print A equal to B plus C. Okay, then result should be defined under A. Okay, so here why it is not taking public static void. Sorry, without inside the main method I'm using. I'm really sorry. I have to take it without main method. Okay, that's why it is taking like this. Control X. Okay. Uh, Tick, void, add. Okay, I have created one method. Now, once I created a method, see there is no usage it is saying. We need to use this method. Okay, how I will get it here, how I will use for that. inside the main method. Now you will write the main method. Public static void main string type. String type arguments. Okay, string type arguments. Now, what you have to do, you have to call this method. Initialization of the method is done. Now you have to call this method. So how I will call this method? Okay, see here when I do, okay, here when I do add, is it coming? No, right? So for that, I need to create. Okay, first you need to create. What you need to create is one object you need to create. Okay, so how to create an object to call this method? Okay, so how to create an object to call this method? Okay, fine. Public static void main string type. Here is okay. So what I need to do is I need to create a object, right? So for that, so how to create an object? I have already show you in somewhere, I guess, right? This one. Where is that? Variables, I guess. Where you creating this? Huh? This one. This line. This
Mm.
line is creating the object. How it is creating an object? So first for uh, the scanner class, what we did is we have taken a scanner class, right?
Yeah.
And then we have used the one created an object of scanner. Then we have new keyword is used. Why new keyword is used? New keyword will store the create a memory space for that object. Okay. That is why new keyword is used. So then what you did, you are using for, sorry, this is for scanner class. That's why we have used system.in, right? So here, but what you are going to create a method. So similar way, because it's a scanner class and input, that's why we have used scanner class. But here in this methods, we are not taking it from the user. So we cannot use scanner class here. What you have to use? You have to use a math object for the same class. So for that, you have to use the class name. What is the class name? Class name is methods, right? So you have to create an object of the class name, whatever class name is there. You have to create an object, obj, let us say this is the name of the object, equal to new, okay, again the class name, okay, with method. Okay, this is called constructor. This is not class name, this is the class name. Okay, class name, object name, new keyword, then it's called constructor. Okay, you are calling a default constructor. I will explain about constructor in our coming class. What is default constructor, what is parameterized constructor, all these things I will explain. Okay, so now for now you just know here what we are doing is in this line you are creating object. Okay, creating object over here. Once the object is created, through this object you can call the method. When I do dot here, see it is showing me the created method. What is the created method? That is add method, right? So this what you are doing in this line, calling method. Okay, you are calling method over here. Fine. So this
Yeah.
way you can call the method. Okay. Object add. Here you are calling that method. Fine. So now when I run this program, run is always from the main method. Okay. So when I run this program, you got the result. Result is 30. So how this program execute is like it will when it comes the program always starts execution so always starts from the main method. Okay. It will come to this line first. It will create an object first. Okay, then when it calls the method, throw the object when it calls the method, it will come to line number 27. Till then, this will not execute. When the calling happens, then only it will come to line number 27 and it comes to the add method. Inside there, whatever logic is there, that will execute. Got it? So here, let us say, I'll create another method, public void subtract. Okay. I'm creating another method, public void subtract, integer type C. Because I have not given any parameter, I need to take multiple variables here. See, ABC, I cannot use it. See, if I say ABC, okay, and I will define the same here.
Yeah. Same variables.
Sorry. Okay. In the same method, you cannot define. Okay. So here, when I define, it will take it. The result is plus A. Okay. Done. So now I have created two methods. One is add method, another one is sub method. Okay. So each is having their own scope. This one is having their own scope inside that. This is having their own scope inside that. So there is no issue with it. If I am creating in a one method, then it will give me an error. Now, if I run this, if I want to call the sub method now, I have created two methods, right? But here I am calling only one method. If I want to call this method also, what you need to do is come here and write object dot sub. Okay, you are calling sub method also here. Now, when you run this program, first add method will execute, then sub method will execute, then it will give you a result. Okay, okay. This is this way. This you can call multiple methods in one program. You just need to write the logic in one method and call that methods inside the main method. This is way you can use the code, and you can use these methods in another class also by creating object there. Okay, that's the reusability of the code. Fine. So now why the parameters is required? Question is why the parameters are required? We are able to create this all in another one. Then why the parameters is required? So here you can see here, I've given the value over here, which is static. Again, if I want to use the same logic for another value, let us say I want to use for 30 and 40, then I need to come here and change over here. I don't want that. I don't want to change again and again the logic. I want to do it inside my using the parameter. Then what I will do is I'll write like this integer type B, comma, integer type C. Okay. So B and C is not defined over here. Okay. So I'll take out this B and C from here. Okay. A plus B, A plus C. See, when I take out the values and I put it as a parameter inside here, when I call that method, it is giving me error. And what it is saying? Expected two arguments. Argument in the sense parameter. Okay. So expected two arguments over here. So you need to give that argument value. So the value is 10 and 20. Like this you can give over here. Okay, just type 10 and 20. It will by default, it will take B value and C value. So it's a very easy to use parameter so that again you can call this method. I want to execute the same for another value. Then what you need to do, just call this method object add and change the value 60 and 80. That's it. No need to put it there, create a multiple variables. Again, you want to use it, you just need to give like this, add 56 and 89. That's it. So multiple times you just call it and give the values over here as a parameter. Okay. So it is the reusability of that one using the parameters. Run it. See the result for the additions. Three additions given. Okay. This is making it more simple. We no need to here giving the logic, initializing the values, and it is only one time. But here when you give the parameters multiple times, you can use that one. That is the way we need to use these methods, how we are using parameters inside that methods. Okay. Now you have seen this static also, right? Static method. There is two types of methods. One is the static method, another one is the non-static method. Okay. What is the use of static and non-static method? When you use static method, okay, okay, first thing is here we have used non-static method. There is no static keyword. To define a method as a static method, you need to use the static keyword, okay, in your method. When you are not using the static keyword, it is non-static method. And when it is a non-static method, you need a object to call that method. Okay. When it is a non-static method, what is the how to call that method? Non-static method. You need a object. Where is the object? Here you need the object to call that method. Now, if I make this method as a static method, no need to create an object for that method. Directly you can call. Okay, I'll show you how to do that. I'll create another method. Okay, I'll create another method over here with the static. Okay, so for static method, I'll create public static, okay, public static void multiplication. Okay, I'm not giving any parameter right now, just a method I'm creating, or I'll give parameter. No worries, I'll give some parameters over here. Integer types D, integer type E, okay, integer type F is equal to D multiplied by E. Okay, that's it. Then I'll make it as system dot out dot print, okay, multiplication value, multiplication value, okay, then plus F. Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. Then I want to call this multiplication value over here, sorry, method over here. See, when I do object dot D, it is not showing me that multiplication method. Why? Because it's a static method. Static method, no need to use an object. Directly you can call like this. See, directly you can call and give that value 7, comma 8. That's it. That's the use of static method. That's the difference. In interview question, they ask what is the difference between static and non-static method. Static method is not required an object to call. Okay, it can call by itself. And the syntax of static method is just you use call using the method name directly. Okay, it will come static method. But in non-static method, you need to create an object for that one, and through that object only you need to call that method. Okay, fine. So, okay, so that's why
Yeah.
a static and
Yeah.
non-static method is there. And when it is required, the static method and non-static method, when a method is having a common functionality and utility methods, okay, in your framework you are having many utility methods, okay, which is commonly used, then we will use static there. Okay, and the methods which require objects, dependent upon objects, that we will define it as a non-static method. Got it? Okay, so this is the just an explanation I have given for the method. In a document, you will find few programs. Tried by yourself. The program, complete program is there. You just try it. And then there are two more assignment is also there for the method itself. You that is also you try it. Okay. The same logic what you used in for loop, whatever program you have done till now for in only in a single line, you can means the for loop you have used for array and calculating the average of an array and these all things, you use the same thing in the method and call that method. Okay, so that
Yeah.
also you can do. Any doubt on methods?
Yeah. So, when we can use static method and um, a while method. I
Yeah,
mean, other
static
one.
method, yes, static method is used in common functions like in login logout. I'm just giving a real-time example. Okay. When you are
Yeah.
using login, logout function that is commonly used, right? So at that time, you will use this static method. So that no need to create an object and call it, right?
Yeah.
And but there are few methods which is dependent on only specific to that page web application. At that time, you need to call that what method? That is the what method? Non-static method. So that's what I'm saying. The static method is like the common task, whatever we are doing, that login, log out, or sometimes what else we do? The utilities like browser refresh, browser maximize. So these are the static methods, okay, where you will use the static. And where this is required non-static method in the sense where is it's not common means every time you are not using, then use the non-static method. Okay, that's
Okay.
the main use of static and non-static. If it is tells us a framework perspective, if I say. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, we'll see in Selenium what we have learned till now. Okay, projects file, sorry. Okay, in Selenium we have seen this.
Yeah. Orange HRM portal, right? So login.
Yes, Orange HRM. Any other? Ah, I have told you the scenario of Orange HRM. That one, did you try it? That verify
Login.
that after login.
Yeah, yeah, that I tried.
Okay, you got the experts and all for that.
Yes, yes. I tried few. I got some tried with other way. Let me send you.
Okay, this one you verified, right? So in this program, what we did is we have used some thread, right? This is not a proper way to use. Okay, we in real-time framework will not use thread class. Thread is not used. That's not recommended only for this pausing in between the uh, elements. What we need to use it, we have in Selenium we have a concept of weights. Okay, so thread basically used for the it says as an hard weights. Okay, it comes as an hard weights, but for in Selenium we have different types of weights. One is implicit weight, another one is explicit weight, another one is fluent weight. Okay, there are three types of mainly used weights are there. Okay, in Selenium. Why thread concept is not used, thread class is not used is like because when you have a multiple test cases in your test scripts and you're running this all in parallelly, okay, then there will be a synchronization issue. Okay, maybe there will be a data in one test script which is used in another test script. And in parallel it is running, then there will be a synchronization issue and both the test cases will fail. So at this point, that's why thread is not used. That's why it is called a hard weight. We don't use hard weight in dynamic web elements. Okay, we use their weight concept, that is the implicit weight or explicit weight or a fluent weight. Okay, that's where we use weight concept. So I will explain more about weights today. Okay, so first thing is why weight concept is there, why weight is required, because as you seen here also all the elements of the application don't load instantly, it takes some time. Okay, either at millisecond, nanosecond, anything, it takes some time to load. Okay, so if you're not putting exact weight at that point, then your test case will fail at that point, right? So you will get the errors like this. you will get the errors like no such element exception error, or element not interactable error, element not visible, any type of exceptions you will get in the console. Fine. So to avoid this type of exceptions, we need to use wait. Okay. So where you will use it, the what we are doing it, we are creating an object of WebDriver interface, right? So what we will do is, before this WebDriver object is interacting with the web element, like how it is interacting through the XPaths, right? Driver dot find element by dot XPath, and we are giving the locator here. So this before, okay, so then it is interacting with that particular locator. Before interacting with that particular locator, what we will do is we'll put some weight over there so that the element is ready to interact. Fine, that's why wait is used. Why wait is used? Because to interact with the element, first thing is it should be ready, that element. If that element is not there, or it is not present, or it is not interactable, then you will get this type of exception errors. So that's why we use this implicit wait, explicit wait, and fluent wait. That is one thing. Okay. Next, this is one concept why wait is used. Okay. Then the second thing is, I mentioned why thread.sleep is not used, because it's a hard wait. We don't use hard waits in the real-time projects because it blocks unnecessarily your time. The execution will be unnecessarily, it will block for 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever you are giving, it will block that much of time. That means the testing will be delay for that. That's why we don't use thread.sleep over there. Fine. That's the another thing. Next, let's come to the implicit wait and explicit wait. Okay, first is implicit wait. I am writing over here. Okay. So first wait is implicit. Second one is explicit. Third one is fluent wait. Okay. These are the three types of waits. Fine. Explicit, implicit, and fluent wait. Fine. So implicit wait is called as global wait. Okay. This one is called as global wait. What do you mean by global wait? When you use this implicit wait, no, throughout the application it will be applicable. Web application, let us your web application is having 100 web pages, and you use this implicit wait throughout this 100 web application page, it will applicable, and it will wait for that much time to load all the contents. That is called implicit wait. Explicit wait is explicitly you are putting in for a certain condition only. Okay, let us say this login button is taking more time to click. Means it you are what you are going to do explicitly you will put only for the login button the wait. Okay, certain web element if it is required, then we will put explicit wait. And then where you will put fluent wait, if you don't know and your web elements are not stable. Okay, it's sometimes it takes time, sometimes it is loading quickly, and sometimes not, it's unstable, and it's not infrequent loading issues are there, then you will use this fluent wait. Okay, infrequent issues are there, then you will use this fluent wait. So mostly implicit wait and explicit is widely used. Okay, this one is that's not common. Okay, because our if your application is stable, then only you are going to automate your application. So that's why implicit and explicit wait is mostly used. There is a syntax for these all also. What is the syntax for implicit wait? Okay, we'll see the syntax. So syntax is, I'll show directly in the application. Sorry, in the program. Okay, syntax for app. This one is same. You have to call this driver object only. Driver object. Then you have to call this manage method. Manage method. Then you have to call another method of this one is called timeouts. This one, timeouts. Okay, timeouts dot. Then you can call this implicit wait. See, here it is there. Implicitly wait. Okay, this is the method name. Implicitly method. Wait, what it is asking? Duration. Duration means how much time you want to wait globally. Okay, that you have to give in seconds. Okay, always remember here you have to give in seconds. 10 second you want, 20 second you want, how much seconds you want, that you have to give over here. Durations of seconds. So for that you will write this duration dot seconds, where it is duration of seconds. Durations of seconds, this one you will use, durations of seconds. Then you will give, let us say 10 second I need to wait. Okay, 10 second I need to wait.